Hello. It's Tuesday, August 18. Is it just me or is this year flying? Man. The current salmonella outbreak linked to jalapeno peppers has sickened 345 people in 27 states, with 36 hospitalizations and no deaths reported as of the FDA's August 5, 2026 update. The peppers were traced to a grower in Sinaloa, Mexico, and were distributed by Coast Citrus Distributors. The police and military are not being paid in Iran due to the economic sanctions. Oil is hovering around $88 to $90. Trump is stating that the blockade will continue to disallow ships from entering or exiting the Iranian port. Iran is saying America needs to accept defeat and stop indulging in delusions. uh, I couldn't read that with a straight face. Trump has declared the MOU ceasefire has expired. The United States has experienced 3 casualties since Monday as missiles have again begun. In the meantime, Iran is digging trenches around the border in anticipation of a ground attack. Can you imagine being in the military in Iran and not getting paid and having to dig a trench because you're going to have to fight it out with American soldiers? Man, oh man, I don't know how they don't get a bunch of AWOLs. Israel has begun bombing Hezbollah in Lebanon again. Seems like this war will continue. I watch mixed martial arts, and sometimes a fighter will be losing badly, yet he's still defending himself, so the referee lets the fight continue because he still has a long shot chance of winning. Some fighters do not have quit in them, and they continue to allow themselves to be badly hurt. I associate that thinking with Iran. Giving up doesn't seem to be in them. After Iran made the announcement that they have an agreement with Oman regarding the Strait of Hormuz, President Donald Trump reportedly threatened to bomb Oman if it interferes in U.S. efforts to reopen the strait. Some are saying that the opinion that we are losing the war is propagated by Iran and the liberal media in an effort to influence the midterms. I am in the middle when it comes to Trump. He does some bad stuff and he does some good stuff. No matter if you're pro-Trump or anti-Trump, or pro-war or anti-war, there are millions of innocent Iranian people that could use our prayers right now. Michigan Democrat U.S. Senate candidate Abdul El-Sayed continues to align himself with individuals and organizations tied to Islamic terrorism and terror financing. His latest appearance is as a keynote speaker at the Islamic Society of North America's 63rd Annual Convention, scheduled for September 4 through 7 in Detroit. Sink Uyghur, the uncle of Islamic communist streamer Hassan Piker, is also listed among the confirmed speakers. We need to vote, people. Not to vote someone in, but to vote someone out. The Spanish Civil Guard now has confirmed there have been 15 rapes in Quito since the mass migration invasion of Moroccan national Muslims at the end of July. 3 migrant brothers reportedly sexually assaulted a 10-year-old girl. In response, women are now reportedly fleeing the city in greater numbers as sexual violence spreads and scenes from the city portray a government unable to contain the growing chaos on the beaches and streets. Thank God we have a Second Amendment in America and we're able to defend ourselves. Can you imagine not being able to defend yourself or your daughter or mother or grandmother? Meta might be in big trouble. Meta's federal trial begins today, with the company facing up to $1.4 trillion in damages from 4 states. Meta allegedly deliberately designed addictive features in Facebook and Instagram that harmed teens' mental health. Zuckerberg is not liking this. Buc-ee's opened its first Arkansas location in Benton. It's a 74,000 square foot travel center with 120 gas pumps. The Texas-based chain now has 58 stores nationwide. I like Buc-ee's. I don't really care for the crowds, but they have a lot of checkers, so you get out pretty quickly. Their bathrooms are the cleanest. I wouldn't recommend getting gas there. They're a little bit on the expensive side, but if you're stopping to get some caramel corn and a soda and use their bathroom, you usually go ahead and get gas and pay the extra. A Maryland state park is closed today because of 2 attacks of rabid beavers on teens. Beavers usually stay away from people, but I guess once they get rabies, they get mean. If you get bit by a rabid beaver, wash the wound with soap and water immediately and get to the hospital because rabies kills. The Democratic Republic of Congo is now up to 2,325 deaths due to Ebola. The case count is up to 4,945. The virus is spreading faster than previous outbreaks. It spreads between humans through direct contact with bodily fluids. Strikes by unpaid health workers have complicated efforts to contain the virus. Man, I'll tell you what, if you're not feeling blessed to live in this country, pay attention to stuff like that. There are unpaid health workers in other countries. This is interesting. Flight attendants and pilots are more likely to die of radiation-related cancers. Commercial planes usually cruise above 30,000 feet, where a thinner atmosphere offers less protection from high-energy cosmic particles from the sun and space. U.S. aircrew are not subject to federal radiation limits or monitoring requirements. Vaccine exemptions for children entering kindergarten reached a record high last year. And it's somewhere around below 5%, just below 5%. That's not enough, I think. I think if you have a child and you allow them to get these new mRNA vaccines that really haven't been tested, and what testing they have done, some of them show high risks. I would not let my child have the vaccines. A quote from Act for America. If we fail in 2026, the America your children inherit will be almost unrecognizable. The growing cooperation between the radical left and Islamist forces will have embedded itself into the fabric of American politics and culture. Conservatives' silence and apathy will have handed the other side permanent power. Unquote. Now I'm talking. Fellow Americans, we need to vote in 2026. I think it's one of the most important elections because of all these radicals that are running for office. I believe we really need to keep them out. That's it for the news today, Tuesday. Have a great week. God bless America. God bless us all. And then, I always ask you to hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Where is it? Right there. Have a great day. See you again soon. as of the FDA's, as missiles have been 3 casualties since Monday as missiles have the Spanish civil 3 migrant. I don't really care for the crowds from high energy cosmic